Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room. This is a virtual quilt retreat, stitching retreat, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central. Fredo is here. She's already wandering over. As soon as she hears me start talking. And you guys follow me on my stitching journey, and I hope I can inspire you to put something under the needle. Good morning, everybody in the chat. I see that our greeter, Quilt Wench, is on it. She's making sure everybody is welcome and saying hi. She's standing at the door saying hello to everybody as they come in. So if you are new to the channel, please pop in the chat if you're here live and let us know. And if you're part of the replay crew, then let us know down below that you just found us. We love having newbies. I've got a sunshine committee wandering around in here too. Hi, Becky. Good morning. Yeah, everybody. Hello, Vicki. Everybody saying hi, Nancy. Hope your show went well this morning. Gifts HQ has a YouTube channel right before mine. She is at 7 a.m. Central. So if you guys want to check out her YouTube channel, that's nice to put on while you're getting ready for work or gonna go somewhere, just some stitchy chatter, right? We don't need negative stuff in the news. So I want to give Nancy from Gifts HQ a shout out. All right, we have to do Fredo visit, hashtag Fredo visit. Yes, Dave is officially our president of the Fredo fan club, and there she is. We're doing some scan and cut today, aren't we? Yes, we are, Fredo. We worked on that last night. There you go, sweet girl. There's your Dave biscuits. Good girl. Good girl. All right. And two more. There you go. Daddy will feed you when he gets out of the shower. Yes, he will. All right. And here's your stick. Go brush your teeth. Bye-bye. All right. She's so conditioned. I'm conditioned. Hashtag Fredo. I love it. That's great. Yeah. So I am in the land of Missouri Star. You know, it's kind of like Wizard of Oz in Kansas. I'm in the quilt land right here. I am in Hamilton, Missouri. They have an RV park called a Country Charm RV, and that's where we are at. And it's full. So I think, pretty sure, I'm looking out the window. Not a lot of spots here. If you are going to make a trip to Missouri Star, and you want to, thank you, Jackie. She says she hopes I have a fun day. Yeah, thank you. I can't wait. I'm very excited about it. I did go to the main store last night and did an initial shopping trip because I'm going to meet people today in the main store. I'll be there from 10 to 12. And then after 12, you're going to have to hunt me down. So I'll be in and out all of the stores. I know I'm going to go to the Christmas store, and I know I'm going to go to the Mercantile, which is the 30s and 40s prints. So yeah, if you plan on coming here and you want to stay in the Country Charm RV park, it's actually pretty nice. It's a kind of like not, I don't know what the term of it. You people that work in roads, you would understand. It's not gravel, but it's not paved. It's like a gravel that's on some kind of something that makes all the rocks stick. I don't know. Mixed with, it's not millings. I don't know what it is. Anyway, fairly level spots, even though the park slopes on a hill. They've got the spots are level. They have three pull-throughs. That's what we are in. And those of you in the RV world know what I'm talking about. And the rest are back ends. So Jip Road, maybe Donna, I would not know. Tar and Chip Road. Okay, we'll call it that. It feels like, yeah. So you guys know what I'm talking about. Your text picked up some of my talk. I hate that. I know. I'll be voice texting and Keith will talk to me. It'll pop up. You got to watch it. But it's nice. Okay. Tar and Chip. Is that what? Yeah. So anyway, Tina says, hooray for pull-throughs. If you if you're long like us, we're 42 feet. So we love a level pull-through. Yeah. But I would not call, it's not like concrete paved. It's rocks that have like sticky stuff that hold everything. Anyway, you get it. But very nice park. We haven't seen anybody from the office yet. So, once they get your deposit, we'll have to go over there whenever they open. I don't know, but they've got my credit card. So yeah, Missouri Star is almost a whole town. And, I wanted to go to Kathy's restaurant. High reviews, big reviews from those of you that have been here before. And it was closed yesterday, but it was Monday. So, it was kind of quiet. Today starts is it a Doan Retreat Center is open. And so they've got lots of folks wandering around all wearing matching shirts and that kind of thing. So she said it's going to get crazy today. So let me show you what I picked up before we get started on Autumn Love. Let me show you what I got. They've got a whole new color palette in Missouri Star, and the bag is worth the trip all by itself. It's a super cute bag, and I love it. I did get a couple of shirts because I got to get a Missouri Star t-shirt. The one I have is very old, and it's really, really big on me. It's all washed out and everything because it's 10 years old or whatever. So I picked up the Socialite butterfly. I thought that was so pretty. Social butterfly. That's it. Social butterfly. Super cute. Love it. I got that one. And then this other one, hold this up. I can't just throw it off in a pile somewhere. And this is called RSF. I suffer from RSF, which is resting stitch face. In the Urban Dictionary, the stitch face is something else with a B, but this is the nice way of putting it. So it's a look like, no, I can't do it. Probably when I sewed that snowman quilt hat upside down, that's the look. So anyway, yeah, kind of cute. Very, very nice. So what I've been following Missouri Star since they started. Okay. It was Jenny Doan who taught me how to quilt. She didn't know it at the time. I was making a baby blanket. My daughter-in-law had me make a nursery for Calvin, my first grandson. He's 13 now. So this was 14 years ago. And thank you, Darlene. You're very sweet. And so I looked on the new thing called YouTube, and I was looking for just a refresher on how to make custom bias binding. And Jenny had a tutorial on how to do that. I didn't know who she was, but I really liked her. I liked her personality. I thought she was very nice. And then I thought, well, let me watch another video of hers. And she said, you see this quilt behind me? This is so cute. It's so fun, and it's really easy. And let me show you how to do it. And that video, I don't remember which one it was, because she starts a lot of them like that. It just took off, right? I was hooked. That was it. I became a quilter at that moment. And I have to credit Jenny Doan for not only turning me into a quilter, because I was a garment sewer, not a quilter. I have to credit her for turning me into a quilter and for being part of the inspiration behind my channel, because I loved what she shared and I wanted to share that enthusiasm as well for quilting and now embroidery and whatever else, right? So there's a lot of you out there that I ran into a lady yesterday in the subway of all places. I started talking about, we got to town late because the weather from Wamego, Kansas through Kansas City, I mean, lightning streaking through the sky, and the wind I literally started to pray, y'all, because as we went over those gullies and those low-lying areas, I was like, Lord, please don't let this motorhome get pushed over. I've seen it. I've seen videos of that. So it was really windy, and Keith was fighting it. He did a great job getting us here safe. So anyway, we got here, it was kind of late, and we went over to Subway for something to eat. Keith was starving, and there really isn't anything else open that late in the day. So you've been watching Jenny from the beginning too. So many of you. It's amazing. Yeah, she is an amazing talent. Ah, there's the love of my life in his power tool shirt.
All clean.
All clean. Yeah, we are going over there today. We're taking Fredo. I know some people, I think there's some ladies on the road right now coming from Illinois. Y'all drive safe. If you're driving, don't be watching me. Just listen. The rest of you in the car can watch. We got a lot of folks coming. Keith's trying to scoot by my chair I have over here with
my dog.
Scan and cut on it so he can feed Fredo. But yeah, we were given permission yesterday to bring Fredo, leash and all that. That's fine. So ran into Shelly and another lady, Kathy. I hope I don't get that wrong. Yesterday while we were there, and seen them several times at Houston. So they were there stalking me, and it was great. I walked around the corner of the display and she was like, "Oh, we were just talking about you." So anyway, Peggy says, "Keith is the bomb." Yeah, he is. I think we got a picture yesterday. I'll show you guys. And so I did do a little bit of shopping yesterday and spent probably more than I wanted, but that's how life goes, right? And let me get you here. I'm going to share the screen. Yeah. So today is just shopping for me. And then we leave in the morning and we are off to Springfield, Missouri for classes at Sean's Sewing Center. Yeah. There it is. There they are. So super nice and fun to run into these folks. Really enjoyed that. That was so nice. I just love seeing my fans here and there. My viewers, not so much fans, just viewers. So yeah, Angela, you just caught me live. Awesome. If you have a scan and cut, okay, let's see. She's got a scan and cut question because I have one. If you have fabric with a cute cutout, can you scan to make it an applique? Yes, you can. What I would do is there is when you scan it in, it'll give you the options, and I'll show that here in a minute, to do a direct cut or scan to cut data or whatever. So if you have fabric, okay, and you want to turn that piece, that unique fussy cut essentially piece, into an applique. So I would direct cut that piece to create a shape. Okay. And I think you're going to need a substrate on the back to make sure you don't get fuzzy edges. So I would use some hot fix adhesive or heat and bond light on the back of your fabric, because you're going to need to put that on there anyway. Then I would scan, once you get that piece cut out, I would scan just that piece in on a scanning mat to get the outline of it. Okay. Then use the snap-applique method to create the applique for that particular piece. Rotary blade, you could. I don't see why not. Yeah. Oh, that's great, Midge. Midge is my little thumbs up. So you guys give the video a thumbs up if you like the content, and that helps get it out to more stitchers everywhere. And then if you are so inclined, please subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications so you know when I'm going live again. I've got 3 new sponsors for the channel that I am working with. I want to, All Brands did a tutorial on how to do that. Cool, JC. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. I want to share those with you guys. It's on my Power Tools with Thread blog, and I have a page called Shop PTWT Links. Okay, and hold on a second. That's the wrong page. Stop sharing. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me go back to Power Tools with Thread, show you how to get there. That's the right page, but I was editing the page. I hope I hit save. Let's see here. Let me share the screen with y'all. And okay, so here's my blog, powertoolswiththread.com. Okay, right. So if you're on a mobile device like a phone or a tablet, you'll have the little lines. You click that, that's a menu, and you want shop PTWT links. Okay, you can get your Embrilliance here. You can hit my Amazon store here. So the new folks I'm working with are Hot Fix Adhesive. You can click this and jump over to their site. I also have Oliso irons. You can buy direct from Oliso. Okay. And then I have Starlink residential high-speed internet. If you guys want to get Starlink internet, you use this link and we both get a month free after 30 days of your activation. So that's very cool. Yeah, very, very cool to do that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys as well. I brought that up because, thank you, Debbie. Hit like, channel up, subscribe, add a girl. Yeah. If you're watching on TV, get that TV remote and hit the channel up button. That gives me a thumbs up. Am I doing Autumn Breeze from Nancy Halverson? I am not. No, sorry, Dee Dee, I'm not. Yo, my queue runneth over. Okay, so let's get back. Where'd my coffee go? I had it here a minute ago. Oh, it's down here on the floor. All right. Thank you, guys. The floral shop's great. Good. That's all right. Wendy, don't even worry about that. Yeah, Starlink is awesome. Awesome. High-speed internet, middle of nowhere, right? Out here in the middle of nowhere. So what I got those shirts. I also picked up, this is Christmastown panel. It's 36 by 44. It's a Missouri Star white labeled product per se. Okay. So this is it. And it's all about Quilt Town, USA. So cute. See, we got the duck up there, that little Chuck the Duck. This is a cute Christmas panel. I needed one like a hole in the head, but that doesn't matter. Okay. So there's the fabric markets. Here's the main store with Missouri Star on the side. There's the mercantile right there. All right. So Highway 36. That's right. This is where it's all at. So they've got all their little stores. Super cute. There's the duck on a pond. Adorable. Love it. Love it. So I thought I would do like a white border, 2.5-inch strip around that. And then I got a jelly roll. It's not really a jelly roll. It's not by Moda. It's called Christmas in Quilt Town is the name of the line. Christmas in Quilt Town. So this is a 2.5-inch roll, 2.5-inch strip roll of the line itself. And I was going to do a piano key border around the outside maybe. So that'll be fun. And then I got this. They have these little flyers. These are free. So I need to study this and figure out where I'm going. And then I thought this was just adorable. I'm going to hang it on the wall here in the motorhome. It's a Missouri Star cutting board. Look at that. That is so stinking cute. It's not crazy expensive either. It's like $14, $15. Super cute. I love this. This is adorable. So I'll use like some command strips with Velcro and put it on the wall. And I just think this is awesome. I don't know what, well, I'm a beef lover for one. So I thought that was adorable. All right. So I got that. And then the big expense, hopefully it's my last big expense, but I doubt it, that I got was a light box for the motorhome. Okay. I have one for the house, but Missouri Star has one of their own. They're kind of like Buc-ee's. If you go into Buc-ee's, can you believe they didn't make the top 10 of gas stations in the United States? They're number 12. They surveyed the wrong people. I saw that survey. Okay. So it's a Cutterpillar, just like, y'all, I didn't wear my glasses yesterday, so I couldn't see the price. I just picked it. I told Keith, pick it up. It's heavy. So I got this. It's a rechargeable one. So that's nice. All right. And it's a Missouri Star. Thank you, Dee Dee. You're so sweet. Oh, my goodness, girl. You didn't have to do that for your super sticker. I appreciate it. So it's a Missouri Star Cutterpillar. So just like Buc-ee's is white labeling everything with Buc-ee's. Like we went into Buc-ee's a couple of weeks ago. They don't even have commercialized sodas anymore. It's Buc-ee's soda. So like Buc-ee's Cola. I think it's Diet Coke. It tasted okay. But anyway, so I got this because I do love applique, right? And we do have patterns that are not broken into pieces that we might need to trace. So I needed this. I needed it, right? Yeah, I did. And sitting right with this is what got me, y'all. I'm a sucker for a bag. Oh my gosh. Is a very high quality Missouri Star Cutterpillar bag for this. So that means it can stay safe and secure in my motorhome, okay, hopefully, so it won't be floating around. So this is nice. Now if you guys want to get any of this stuff, I don't have affiliate links. I don't even think Missouri Star does affiliate marketing at all. So Cindy says, yes, I needed that. I knew it. CD, I told him to get one for paper piecing because he says it's good for paper piecing. And I said, then get one. He's like, no, I don't need one. He'll just steal mine. I'm sure of it. So yes, Bernadette says the bag is a must-have, better than storing it. So because it's rechargeable, I can put the little cord in here. All right, so that's nice. But that was my big expense yesterday. I know the bags are amazing. So if you guys want to get those, I don't have a link to it. Just go to Missouri Star, search Cutterpillar, and I'm sure the bag will come up, right? What is the Cutterpillar? Shannon, it is a light box, and quilters love, or appliqueurs especially. I'll show it to you guys. I need reminding that a lot of you are new quilters, so the need is real. Yes. And if you fly in, like you fly into Kansas City and then you rent a car and come up here, they will hold stuff behind for you in a box and ship it to you for free. So I heard. I don't know that to be a fact. It is a game changer for paper piece. Yeah. So what you get? Let's look, shall we? They also come with cutting mats you can see through. Really? Let me get this off. Let's just open this up together. So this is a light board. All right. Very nice. So the one I have at home has multiple light levels. I don't know if this one does or not. See, it lights up. See those LEDs in there? Very nice. Okay. And then in here, there's more. But wait, there's more. Right. So here's that clear mat she was talking about. Awesome. And then there's all kinds of stuff you can get. They give you a QR code to get little other accessories if you want. Pretty sure that's it. The rest of it is just packaging. Oh, hold on. Way down in the bottom. Way down at the bottom. Oh. Cutterpillar has a nice demo on their YouTube. Thank you. Okay, I'll have to watch that. So it's a USB-C, okay, and standard USB charging cable comes with it. I don't think it was that much, y'all. I really don't. Susan says the numbers wear off the cutting mats after multiple uses. Really? Yeah. Quality cutting mats are super expensive. Okay. So you can cut, right? You can put this right on top of the light board. I'll show you guys how this, hold on. So you get a charging block with it. And I don't have a standard USB thing here. I'll have to show you guys tomorrow. I'll have it all lit up. The tempered glass, I can get that too. Pretty cool. Thanks, Nancy. Yeah. So anyway, it is a rechargeable light board, which is very handy. So especially in the motorhome, right? Because I cut over on my kitchen counter, and that's nice. So you don't have to worry about having a cord to it. Let's take it over to the counter and take a look. I'm going to turn you guys around to my kitchen. Let's go take it over there, and I'll show you what it does. Get a little tour of my RV here. All right. I think if Betty Boop's here, she just texted me that she got a jury summons. That's what you get for being a law-abiding citizen, my friend, and registering to vote. All right. So here we go. Whoop. So I'll show you guys. Let me plug this. Here we go. I got a plug right here. And then this, there's the on-off. I see it. It has an on-off here. I'm going to plug this right there. Not charged, but we might be able to get it to come on. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. So what this does is, let me see. Oh, it does have multiple light levels. Look at that. That's cool. The more times you tap it, the brighter it gets. So what that is for is if you have an applique pattern like the Prairie Days that I just bought, okay, let me pull this out of here so you guys can see. All right, let me get one of the, okay, so I have this applique pattern, all right, and the pieces are not separated, not all of them. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Okay, so the pieces are not separated, right, to make this. Why do you need to cut on top of your light box? People do it for paper piecing. Yes. Okay. So if you want to trace your individual pieces, you can put this on a light box and lay your paper on top of it, and you can clearly see your lines. And then you can put like printer paper on top of this, and it's really easy to see and trace for applique. That is the point of a light box. And I do a lot of applique. So I thought that that was going to be very useful. Ooh, that was even the middle one. It got brighter, you guys. They're saying you need to get one of these for paper piecing, Keith. They're saying you need to get a Cutterpillar for paper piecing. Game changer. He didn't want to spend the money on it. So that's all right. It is lit up. Yes. Look. I'll show you. Oh, we'll turn this so you guys can see. He just came in from taking Fredo for a little walk. So for paper piecing, it comes with a cutting mat on top of it. Okay. So, oh, yeah. So that allows you to see your seam underneath and or your paper, and you can cut. Big paper piecers like it. So we'll see. We're going to be in that main store for 2 hours. So I imagine he'll probably think about it. But again, it was the case that really did it for me. So I'm going to leave that over in my kitchen. So it can charge. There we go. That was it. All righty. So last Thursday, we stitched up the crow and pumpkin block. I wanted to show that. A lot of you only come here Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's okay. Why buy one when you can steal mine? I know. I should have just bought two. I know it, Quilt Wench. I know. They're not that much. I mean, they're expensive, but they're not. Where's the price tag? How much is this thing? $169. That's cheaper than the one that I have at home. I don't know why. $169. Let me see. This one is $169. They give you a military discount? No, they don't give a military discount. Yeah. What's cool too is if you're here, they have their daily deal in the store. So you don't have to pay online. You can just get it. And then this thing was, because you got to have this, right? $50. Well worth it. This is a nice padded bag, metal zippers, not stuff. Very nice. It has a shoulder strap that comes with it that's padded. Very nice. Love it. Love this. Yep. There's your loops for your shoulder strap, one on each side. And the handles, it has a strap here that can go over a, you know, for your bag, your raised handle that comes up for your sewing luggage, slips right under here. Very nice. And then the cord can go in here. I like it. It's good. All right. Trolley handle. Thank you, Midge. I hate it when the words escape me. Okay. So here you go. This is last week's all finished. There's my pumpkin and crow block all done. So today I have got to, the fat quarter bundle for Christmas in Quilt Town is not available. Aw, that's too bad. I don't know if I saw one in the store or not. So anyway, now I've made a big mess, big hash of it, as they would say across the pond. All right. I'm going to cut out all the pieces. The Christmas Town panel is out of stock, Diane. Oh my goodness, girl. They've got a lot of them in the store. Well, they had a stack of them, but. All right. I spent some time yesterday. Let me get my mat. Choosing my fabrics and the threads and all that for the Wagon block. So I've got hot fix adhesive on the back of this. And thank you, Teresa. It's very sweet. So, and Quilt Wench, thank you. So I just stuck all these on. I overlap them by a tiny bit, a couple of threads, and then trim it all off. And that's how I'm going to cut it. Okay. So, all right. I am going to, I've got my scan and cut here on a chair, tipping precariously. And I'm hoping, hi, Rose. Good morning. You did yours yesterday and you weren't totally happy with it, Pam. You know, I'm finding some people it works and some don't. I'm not having any trouble with mine. Good grief, things are falling. Okay. I'm going to turn y'all here. I'm trying to get these boxes and all this stuff out of the way. Better buy another one. I know, right? Okay, so here's the scan and cut. And this is my hot mess. Y'all ask me how I stay organized when I'm traveling. And I do, to a point, you know, containerize everything. So this is my new scan and cut table, my other dining room chair. These are all my fabrics. What a big mess. Okay, I'm going to pop this in here. Load the mat. Okay. I think this will work. Yeah. So let's see what we're doing. Ah! See, this is the problem because I've got this chair right here. There we go. I want to get the glare out of there so you guys can see my screen. I want to, so pattern are patterns that were in the machine when you bought it. What are you telling me? I don't have any internet? You did this morning. It's on. What's going? Gremlins? Yeah. Okay. No, we're good. No network. What's up with that? Because I downloaded the pattern this morning. Let me see. I'm going to retrieve data. And it's going to say no network connection. Now watch. Unconnected to the network. That is not true, y'all. Doesn't that annoy you no end? It was totally connected earlier this morning. Okay. Tech, it's great when it works, right? So I'm going to go home and I'm going to go into my rent. Oh, now it says it's connected. Odd. I'll show you. Now we're connected. Uh-oh, my cord. Unplugged. Yeah, my cord unplugged. Keith. Oh, I pulled it out of the wall. That's what happened. See, this is not working, y'all. No, I don't. It's all good. Let me, hold on. I am cord challenged right now, y'all. See, I'm trying to show you what I'm doing and do it with you guys, and this is what happens. All right. Let me get this over here so I can cut out my pieces. I can't make the cord reach now. You guys, I can't make the cord reach. This is a real challenge here. You know, Keith, instead of sitting there chatting with the girls, you could get me an extension cord. See? He's not going to. I need to cut these so we can get stitching, y'all.
How many extension cords do you need?
I don't need but one.
Where is it?
Well, you're smiling. You have some of the same frustrations when stuff doesn't work. Wendy, I know. I don't know where it is. I gotta.
Oh, you're so organized. I heard that on the radio.
I know where all my stuff is. I need a bigger RV, Charlene says. No, I don't.
No,
It's, I don't know. Keith, don't worry about it.
I'm not.
I wouldn't worry about it. I got enough cord now. I just had to get it in the right spot. Why? Now I don't have enough room to bend down. Keith to the rescue. There's a multi-plug under here that has all my stuff plugged into it. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, y'all. I can't see. Hold on. Hold on. I can't see. There we go. The problem is I don't have enough slack in the cord so you guys can see. Just take over the living room. Ugh. Heidi, the thing with that is that drives me crazy. I can't stand all that clutter. Now I can't reach my laptop. Okay. I'm going to show you the screen at least. Okay, here we go. Come on. I'm going to say okay. And it says it's not connected to the internet yet. Peggy, you want to be my personal assistant? I love it. You took one of your couches off and got a portable table with a dining room. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. Now it's connected. All I really need is my chair and a sewing area right there. That's a good idea. I like that. Okay, I'm going to retrieve data and from the cloud, because I yesterday spent some time going into the embroidery design and identifying all the applique position pieces. There they all are. You can't see them, but they're all on the screen there. So I'm going to hit the blue box with a bar across it to scan the mat. And mat is not loaded. Yes, it is. Okay. It's pulling it in real slow here. It's thinking about it, y'all. This is my life. There we go. All right. Now scan and start. So all I did was figure out how much fabric I needed for each one of the pieces and then cut out the pieces and iron them to some hot fix adhesive. I'm just finding that hot fix adhesive adheres to the Brother mats that are not that sticky better. All right, so now the pieces are everywhere, and I need to take some time and move them around onto the right piece of fabric. So I'm going to do that now. Just wanted to show you. Yeah. Midge, you have yet to take the time to reconnect your scan and cut to the horrible network in your community. Using a USB. Yeah, I get it. I get it, my friend. Do I have a stylus in here? I lost the stylus to this. Oh, I asked my grandson, who's got a 3D printer, to make one for me. Well, you don't have it in the RV. My husband ordered a 3D printer. It's at home. Anyway, he has Callie's, my granddaughter's, from her SDX 85, so he can use that as a model and make me a new one. Okay. Donna, you're sweet. She says, thanks for your hard work. Is that what it is? I wouldn't call it that. All right. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to move all of these little pieces around so that they're in the center of, oh, somebody just pulled out next door. They're in the center of the fabric where they need to be. Met a lady yesterday in the subway. She says, where are y'all from? She didn't, did she say y'all? She did. She was from Round Rock, Texas. Anyway, Round Rock, yes. And I told her where we were from. Everything's fine.
What was that?
It was a cup. Don't worry about it.
Oh, wow.
And she said she had family living in a little bitty town right next to ours. Because I told her we're from southeast of San Antonio. She was like, where at? I got to see this. That's why I brought my scan and cut up here, you guys. So I'm just going to take a few minutes. And I wish I had a pointy thing. I don't know if this will work. Let's see. No. Oh, it does. The head of a pin. How about that? So you want to put your pieces right in the middle of your fabric with a little bit of extra around the outside so you have enough grip. 90. Perfect. Okay. These little guys go over here. I remember which fabric is for what. So okay, this just takes a second. So this is really nice that you don't have to know exactly where your fabric is. You just scan it in and then you move your pieces around on the mat. And that's really nice. So I just add an inch to everything to get my fabric cut size. And tell that okay. Brown for the stem on my pumpkin. I have a little piece I just can't get to select, and it's kind of making me crazy. So I'm going to tell that okay, and okay, and I can cycle through these. Let's see. There it is. That's the one I want. But it's right next to another one, and it's really tiny. So I'm going to just move it up manually using my little arrows. Perfect. Okay. I don't know if I can show you guys what it looks like. It's too small for you to see. I understand. But we're ready to cut now. Let me set this down here without pulling the cord out. Would be amazing. Am I doing Kimber Bell's Enchanted Winter Quilt? Yes, Jackie, I am. We're going to sew that together. That's a sew along. That ships in September. Let me tell it okay. I've got a link to it below the video, as a matter of fact. If you want to do that, I'm going to tell it okay. and select and cut and start. All right, I know you guys want to watch this. This is, especially when you have this many applique pieces. There was a bunch. It said 25 needles. Let's see. This is why we do this. Where's my coffee? Oh, been a morning already. Okay, so it's just cutting out. There's the wagon right there, that little red piece. Love this. Standard black blade, no problem. I created the SVG cut files in Embrilliance, embroidery software. You can do that in Essentials. I have a video, it's less than 1 minute, shows you how to do that. It's pre-recorded. I don't remember if I linked it below or not. I don't think I did. I've done it many, many times. There's a little inner wheels right there. And there's my outer wheels. My leaves. All done. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to leave the pieces on the mat so that they don't get lost. So I'm just going to pull this up. Whoop. I got hot fix here. This stuff is so good. I love it. If it leaves that little thread, that's okay. You can trim that. Where's my little scissors? I don't want it pulling that off the mat. Once you get the hang of this, you guys, you will always cut your... Oh, did y'all see in our Facebook group, Sandy Kent, she did the On Wander Lane snap-a-cade, the whole big quilt. Turned out a beautiful quilt. She used a different colorway. If you got a chance to, if you haven't looked at the Facebook group, I put it on our cover page. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. Okay. Let's see here. My little star. So I'm just going to keep pulling all these up. These are the inside of the little cone flowers or something, whatever they are. I don't know. There's the stump or the stem for the pumpkin. And okay. So I'm going to eject this and do it up here. There. It's being able to do this is just so amazing. Not to have, even if you don't go to, so this is not snap-a-cade, obviously, because this is an embroidery pattern to start with. Snap-a-cade is when you don't have an embroidery pattern at all, you're creating an embroidery pattern. Let me make sure I got it all. I have a piece of fabric I didn't use. That's okay. I'll save it for later. But even if you just use the scan and cut to cut out, you know, your applique pieces, just what a time saver. And then in Embrilliance, after I did this, I went through and deleted all of the tack down stitches because you want to use the placement line for your cut file. Yeah, I also think that the one little thread that is left is the tie in and tie out on an embroidery design. That's where they open and close. I'm pretty sure. I don't know that for a fact, but it really makes sense to me that that's what it is. There. Leaves are done. So the beauty of this is not having to pull the hoop to trim around the outside. I dropped a piece on the lid of the Scan and Cut. Oh, thanks. I see it. The applique part is here. All right, we're ready to go. This is a long stitch out, y'all. So let me turn that on. All right. Embroidery arm is moving. This is the Brother NQ 3700D. It is a combo machine, 6x10. This is my travel machine. Babe, would you do me a favor?
Anything.
My computer bag over there on the couch in the corner, please. Please.
That extension cord in it?
Mm-mm. No, but it has a USB in it. I have not had success since we left home getting my Embrilliance to transfer to a machine. Darlene, you're glad you found Power Tools with Thread? Well, I'm just a mess this morning, so I appreciate how gracious you are. What a mess. Just join the Facebook group. Good, Evelyn. We have a wonderful, wonderful group of people over there. As long as you put, when you put a picture, Karen, I'm only using one piece of no-show mesh. When you put a picture of whatever you want in our Facebook group, you must say where you got it from, okay? And if you're a vendor, you're not allowed to do your own designs. You cannot use Power Tools with Thread as a free advertising platform. That's one of the rules. Got to have rules, right? Otherwise, everything goes crazy. We get all kinds of spam and whatnot. I have prepped for Eternity Homestead. Can't imagine doing that in an RV. Where there's a will, there's a way, sister. I have to plug in my little dongle here so I can save. I have USB sticks with a USB-C on one end, which is perfect for this, right? On my MacBook. Do I have one with me? No, I don't. Also, if you guys need stuff out of our Power Tools with Thread store, I have got a lot of folks that have been emailing me asking about needing a replacement seam ripper end. We're not home, so we cannot do any shipping right now. But if you are not on a mobile device, but if you're on a desktop or a laptop, if you go to the page where the product is that you want, then there is a black box that says email me a notification when they're available. And when we get home and I reload the store, that'll be good. Then you can get them. Okay. Newligan, you got the gals in your sewing dealer hooked on Power Tools. Y'all, it's just a mess. This is how I roll. What was I doing? Oh, I need to go into Embrilliance and save that design. I want to show y'all. I am doing background quilting. I'm doing a quilt as you go method. So I'm going to share my Embrilliance screen with you guys so you can see what I'm going to do here. So this is the block right here. Now, what I did, the very first line is larger. That's like a basting stitch in the original pattern. I came up here and resized it to 5 because that's the finished size of the block. So that is my placement line. So I know where to put down my fabric and my batting. And you can see here it goes through. There's the applique position. There's no tack down stitch. I got rid of that. So that makes it quicker to stitch. Okay. And then we have the final stitch. So that's what I did. I went through here and did all of this. Okay. Right. And then I did a copy and paste of that first stitch, and there's my final stitch. So that when I put these blocks together, I will be sewing right inside of this line right here, like one needle width inside of that line. And that's how I know all my blocks are going to fit together according to the construction diagram. Okay. But I need to get some background quilting. Well, background quilting in here. Sorry about that, y'all. So the background quilting I am using is the Designs by Juju cross stitch, cross hatch, quilt as you go 5x5. She's got a thing for square blocks. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to highlight just the background stitching, and let me unclick that. Highlight just the background stitching. I don't need all these other lines. And I'm going to right click and copy and come back over here to the wagon and right click. Whoop. Right. You're going to paste. Let's see. Right click. Paste. Okay. I need this background quilting. You can see it puts itself at the end of the design. I need it right after the placement line. So I'm going to do this. You can just click on the picture, right click. I'm going to put move first. And then I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to drag it and hover it under that placement line. So it's going to give me the placement line. I'm going to put down my fabric and batting and fabric. Then it's going to stitch the background quilting, and then we're going to get into doing the block, is how that's going to work. So I want to save this, and I'm going to save the stitch file as, and I'm going to save it to my USB. So wagon block emb.pes and save in my USB. All right, so that is good. That's how you do that. And I know you cannot see those other, those menus. I've got to figure out another program so that you guys can see that while I'm streaming. Okay, I'm going to take my USB here. I'm using the same background quilting melody for all of the border blocks. And then the house block, I'm going to use like a chicken wire. That's the plan. That's the plan. So you guys, our hour is up, and I haven't taken a stitch. Our hour is up, and if you have to go, thank you so much for watching and bringing me into your home and your life. I appreciate that. If you give a thumbs up before you go, that's awesome. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. There are no channel memberships here. I'm going to go ahead and get this started, and then I'll let the rest of you go on with your life. But I'm going to get this going while we're here. So let me pop this in here. Okay. I'm using the dime 6x10 magnetic hoop with one piece of no-show mesh. Let me put this in here. And pocket for memory, USB, and I've got to find it. That right there because it's in my way. And here it is. Wagon block set. Edit end embroidery. Ready to go. I want to turn this so you guys can see it. Threads are jumping. I'm a mess. My biggest problem really is my table is not large enough. Make her make fake. She says, I'm here with you. Got you. Okay. It looks like the embroidery machine combined my placement line and my crosshatch. Bye, Barbara. See you later. I need to put embroidery thread in the machine. Okay. And I'm just going to get this started, y'all. And put this, the way I change my threads is I put the tails together, twist them a little bit, do a tie off. Oh, I did confirm a Snapplique class with the Mull Queens in Tempe, November 21st and 22nd. We're going to do that. So he doesn't have it on the website yet, but it's going to be the same class, 2 different days. So you only need one. Okay. You don't need to do both of them, but my stuff went over there. Okay. Let's see here. I need to get my thread. I need to open up those tension discs. This isn't right. I got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. I got it threaded wrong. Yeah, I've been sewing forever, and I threaded the machine wrong. You're in Independence, Michelle? Awesome. Oh, that's right. I knew you were a Missouri girl. I'm not in Texas right now, y'all. I'm just going to do it off this spool here, and we'll see if it works. I'm going to do it off the side spool. I generally don't because this is a cross-wound thread, and they like to go up and down, but we're going to try this just for now and see how it goes. So since those 2 stitches blended together, the embroidery machine thought it was doing me a flavor. What I should have done was change the color on one of them, and then that won't happen. I didn't think about it. So what I'm going to do is to get the, as soon as it goes around and does that first one, y'all, I'm going to put this in memory. Let me go back. I'm going to put that in memory in the machine so I have it. As soon as it gets that first one done, I'm just going to stop the machine. You're having trouble with internet at Xfinity? Yeah. I didn't change my foot from when I was sewing yesterday. Let's get this party started here. I've got to get my other piece of the machine. Where did that go? All right. Y'all, I'm a mess here this morning. Here it is. I hope the rest of the day is not like this. It's because I'm in such a small space. I need my embroidery foot. I need it. You want to come, Jean? I need a helper. That'd be awesome. And I also need to switch out my thread because I have a 40 weight poly for sewing our quilt, our quilted Christmas tree in here. And I need an embroidery thread, 70 weight. I don't have a cover for that thread spool. I know which one you mean. Michelle, I know which one you mean. I don't have a cover for it with me here. They make those little tiny spool caps. Oh, I do have one. I do have one. I have I not only have one, I have 2. How about that? Yep, I got it. Okay. I need to put a cap on that or that's going to cause a problem. Yeah, if you guys use your horizontal thread spool, you definitely need some kind of cap on the end of that because it'll pull and you'll get bad stitches. There. Okay. Done. And I need to put the right foot on. This was just not being prepared. Yeah. How many of you guys have been to Missouri Star? Let me know in the chat or let me know down below in the comments if you're on the replay. And let me know how many of you have been and what you thought of it and did you like it? I've had a lot of folks tell me where to go and what to do and don't forget to do this. We did go to High Class, which is the grocery store last night. And we needed eggs. Needed some hen fruit. Can you guys, we've been on the road now almost 3 weeks. That's crazy. You went to your first retreat there? That's cool. All right. I am almost ready. I think I'm ready. Yep, I got embroidery. I did finish threading it, right? It's got thread in the needle. We'll see. I'd love to do a retreat here. How is the hotel here? Let me put my foot down. And we're going to do let me see, is this the crosshatch? Yeah, this is the crosshatch. All right. So now what? It's mad. Yeah, I don't like the way it did that. I'm going to go in my needle plus minus, and I'm going to go back to the last stitch, the very last stitch, number 30. I'm going to tell it okay. And that is my final square. So I'm going to run that first, right? So let's do that. There we go. When you understand how these machines think, that's not stitched. It didn't catch in the bobbin. So how to do that? Needle plus minus. I'm going to go forward 1 stitch. Let me go back to 0, back to the last stitch. I'm going to go forward 1 stitch. I'm going to do the knot button. It doesn't work when the foot's attached. Okay. So the knot button works in the embroidery mode on the Luminaire. It doesn't work on this little machine. So I'm going to needle down, needle up, needle down, needle up. It's taking stitches, baby stitches, and doing a lock. And all right, now let it go. Okay, that should catch it. Finally, it's working. Yeah, so pretty much everything in the main store there is a Missouri Star white label stuff. But I do want to go to other shops and see what else they have. It should tell me it's finished. Yeah, it does. Okay. All right. So now I'm ready to put, that's weird the way that did that. So you guys, you can tell every once in a while, when you do things in embroidery software, it your machine will do something weird. Is where it really happens is on a multi-needle. That happens all the time on a multi-needle. Just make sure I have enough, top, bottom, side to side. Okay. And we are ready to do our
do the boogie woogie.
Yeah, we're going to do the boogie woogie. I'm going to go back 1 stitch and 1 more. And it's going to go around again now. Do I know how to do the slow stitch on the brother? Hold the green button down. It goes very slow. Yes, that's right. That does come in handy. So I'm doing this outside final stitch again on the fabric to keep tugging from being an issue. It's like a basting stitch right where it needs to be. All right. Okay. Now it's going to do the background quilting. Yeah, Celia, I like those spool cap inserts too. I don't have one with me. That's what I was talking about. I didn't have one with me. You're planning on seeing me this morning? Awesome, Mitch. That'll be fun. What do I think about the multi-needle embroidery machine? Oh, so Faker McFake. I have a Brother 10 needle, the PR 1055. That is the most amazing machine. If I didn't have single needle viewers, it would probably be the only machine I would use. But I have single needle viewers, so I have to use both. Absolutely fantastic. That's funny. Did I put Keith's 3D printer in my Amazon store? No, Sandra. We haven't used it yet. Now it comes highly recommended from you guys. You guys were sending me emails about which ones to get, and while we were at visiting my grandkids, that particular one actually went on sale. So he bought it. And it is at the house now. We have not used it yet. So I don't like to put anything in the Amazon store that I've never used. So I have to use it and make sure it works. I don't want to recommend something to you guys that doesn't work very good. All righty. Next up in the queue is the thread for the stem. I'm going to do this next one, show you how everything fits perfectly. And then I'm going to let you guys go because I plan to be over at the shop at 10. So here's my little stem that got cut out. I love when you use a substrate on the back. You don't get shredding on your edges. So, okay, I'm going to take that. This is the thread right here. Change my thread. That turned out really good. I don't have a lot of puckering. Now, if I did not have batting behind this, y'all, I would probably have some SF101 on the back of the fabric, of the background fabric, and maybe a couple layers of stabilizer. But because I've got batting, it's providing a good stabilizer with one layer of no-show mesh. So if you're doing these and you're getting yucky stitches, because these are pretty stitch intense, all right? So if you're doing this pattern and you're getting yucky stitches, it probably needs some oomph behind your background fabric. Okay, this is working out well. We'll see. I have not done this with the sideways spool. Sometimes that can be a problem. All right, so it's going to give me my placement line for my stem. Okay, we're doing that right now. I love glide thread too, Cheryl. That's why I bought one of every color when I was up in Austin. All righty, here we go. And if you can see the outline, okay, I'm going to put my little stem on there. And because I use the placement line, not the tack down, but the placement line, it fits perfect. Hold on. I need to put this down. You guys, if you're new to embroidery, never work in your lap without a firm, flat surface. Tack that just a tiny bit. And then put the heat on it. Missouri Star also has its own Aliso irons with pretty, that flower pattern that was on the bag. Look at that. It fits absolutely perfect. Okay. I've got some tails back here. I'm going to trim. I don't need any kind of, don't cut the knots if you do this. You can cut the tails, don't cut the knots. This is a pretty stitch intense final stitch. So we're going to let it do its thing here. So plenty of wound bobbins. Yeah, I do have a bunch of them. All right, I've got a little bit of a tail here, another rule. Trim that tail as soon as possible so that it doesn't get stitched down onto something that you don't want. And you get a loop or something. Okay. So there we go. It is 9:17. I still have to get a bite to eat, and then I've got to be over at the store at 10. But it's a 5-minute drive, if that. So Faker, yes, I use Stitch Artist 3. I have a link to it below in the description box. You might want to wait until the next coupon comes out. So you're fairly new to the channel. I haven't seen your name before. I trademarked a term called snapplique, and snapplique is applique in a snap. But what it is where you take a paper pattern that was never meant to be an embroidery pattern, paper quilt pattern, and you can import that. So you scan it into the Brother Scan and Cut, the paper pattern. It takes a picture of what it sees and converts that into a vector graphic. Then you use Embrilliance Stitch Artist to import. You need at least Stitch Artist 2, but I recommend Stitch Artist 3 because of its ease in fixing weird graphics. All right, let me show you this. And it will convert that into an applique design in just a couple of clicks. So you no longer have to go around applique with a domestic machine. Here we go. There's the result, y'all. Can you see how clean and pretty that is? It's perfect. So awesome. Well, Artisan Quilting, I love you. I'm glad you're here. So anyway, my mission in life is to blend the two worlds of quilting and machine embroidery. All right, you guys, this has been fun. Thank you so much for hanging with me. For those of you that stayed to the end, this is awesome. I love you guys. I'm going to go to Missouri Star and shop till I drop. So give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and we will see you in the morning and do some more quilted Christmas tree. Y'all go sew something.